This picture is the official logo of the 1994 Clementine deep space mission, and it contains a cryptographic message. Someone deeply involved wanted to disclose the conspiracy committed by the United States Department of Defense. Here we see the front cover of the Brookings Report. The Brookings Institution wrote this in 1964. NASA. The report examines the potential implications for the discovery of extraterrestrial life. NASA knew that probably one day satellites, or manned missions, would find alien artifacts, alien technology or alien life. The report also includes a study, how governments should handle information, and it mentions the possibility that under particular circumstances, a government might, or might not find it advisable, to withhold the discovery of extraterrestrial life, from the public. Project Golden Dragon provides indications, which suggests that the United States government made a discovery on the moon, and found it advisable to withhold this discovery from the public. Here you see a drawing of the Clementine satellite, and the two smaller photos show the Deep Space Mission Operations Center, from where Clementine was controlled. On the 25th of January 1994, the Deep Space Program's science experiment, or Clementine, was sent to the Moon by the United States Department of Defense. The satellite, exposed to extreme heat and cold, had to deal with the high level of radiation. Clementine's sensors looked in the ultraviolet, visual and infrared spectrum. The digital camera, a Thomson MMPC-CD camera, was of military standard, and produced a continuous string of film strips, of 5 kilometers wide. Overhead the lunar South Pole, the satellite flew at an altitude of 425 kilometers. The resolution varied from 7 till 20 meters depending on both sun and camera angle. In November 1991, the Naval Research Laboratory was briefed by the Ballistic Missile Defense Organization on the Clementine concept. Government agencies only act when they receive proper fundings, and the Naval Research Laboratory received fundings in March 1992, so in a normal situation, this would mean that the Naval Research Laboratory started with the DSPSE project in March 1992, but is that true? I found this resume of someone who worked for the NRL, and who was involved in the DSPSE program, till May 1991. Did the Clementine program start before November 1991? The original and untouched resume is on file. What about this mysterious case of a sudden computer malfunction, which caused the depletion of all fuel Clementine needed for course corrections, so it was unable to perform the second phase of the mission? Flying to asteroid Geographos, and taking images for scientific purposes? Was there really a malfunction, and did Clementine lose her fuel and electrical power? We are being told the same story over and over again, and from various sources. Unfortunately, we cannot check the story of the fuel depletion ourselves, but is the satellite really as dead as the military claims? 9 months after the satellite had been declared dead by both the military and NASA, this message had been left by Stephen Collins, who is a former Mars Observer Flight Team member, and who works for JPL, NASA. He congratulates a mysterious group, nicknamed the Batcave Bunch, on their recent contact with Clementine, and he specifically mentions the people that built the battery. In other words, Clementine never was completely dead, as the Batcave Bunch would not have been able to connect to Clementine's onboard computer. Clementine is still in space, certainly not lost and gone forever, but real-time tracking is difficult. Of all online satellite trackers, there is only one that actually tracks this satellite. Clementine 1 uses NORAD identification 22973 and COSPAR identification 1994-004A. As we can see, the satellite is about 350,000 kilometers from Earth, on March 8. On March 27, the satellite is very near Earth, and as we can see on the next image, the satellite is just about to make the swing around Earth. According to an official statement made by Colonel Bridges, Director of Defense Information, U.S. Department of Defense, on a press conference on the 3rd of December 1996, Clementine is to be seen as a little planet, moving around the Sun in an 11-year orbit, and it would be back near Earth in 9 years. However, his information does not match today's orbital data, as we clearly see that Clementine is not in an 11-year orbit around the Sun, but in high eccentric orbit with Earth, and based on revolutions per day, she is near Earth 32 times each year, with a closest approach of 801 kilometers. Either the military is not properly informed, the statement false, the transcript not correct, or someone is not telling the truth. This is hypothetical, but should Clementine be operational, then the satellite is Earth's most forward early warning system for any approaching known or unknown objects. With cameras capable of looking in multiple wavelengths, Clementine might be able to detect potential threats from outer space. The old Clementine Internet Browser version 1.5 no longer allows the download of files. When we communicate with the server, we see its unique name, Galileo. The military has never been officially involved in scientific missions before Clementine, but is this a reference to Galileo, which is a scientific and non-military mission from 1989? The United States Department of Defense sent a satellite to the Moon, and the big question is why. There are official readings, but what if there was a hidden